something of a reputation around the Commonwealth. That reputation may have contributed to recent talk.
We are unstoppable!
Except there's a bit of a twist.
Oh,
Conspicuously
what's
disappeared.
that?
Word is, there's no trace of her in Good Neighbor. It's unclear at this time whether she actually pulled off the job she was rumored to have been plotting. Or, if
Must have been nothing.
she crossed the wrong people and won't be seen anywhere again. Ever. If you get my meaning. Now it's 60-Minute Man by Billy Ward and the Dominoes. Right here on Diamond City Radio.
Still assessing extent of damages.
Hey, Navigator.
Plotting new course.
Our hero returns. What a glorious success. True, the mission is not quite complete, but one cannot deny our progress.
I'm sure everyone in the Commonwealth could see your maiden voyage.
To be certain, and our rockets gave our enemies much to consider. I wager at this rate we should land in the ocean in one, perhaps two more launches. My circuits tremble with excitement.
You really are gonna launch the ship again?
With the courage and support of my faithful crew, our eventual triumph is assured.
I'm glad I could help out.
You were instrumental, sir. A veritable godsend. In recognition of your courageous role in this, I hereby promote you to the role of Honorary Lieutenant. And being that I, well, cannot actually fit below decks, I hereby give you the captain's quarters as well. 3 cheers for our new lieutenant. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Captain Iron?
If it was up to me, I'd take every feral beauty and synth and shoot them into space.
Proctor Ingram?
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
Are you sure this is safe?
Of course. I've checked every connection, every circuit myself. Prime will hold together.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose you deserve to be the one to do it.
Liberty Prime, back online.
All the latest news.
All right, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation: Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission: the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets: any and all red Chinese invaders.
Now let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime, full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning: nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning: power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
I've got green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
What was that he said about his power core?
Prime's in top shape, but his nuclear engine needs to be restarted. Right now, we have him running off of the Pridwin's engines. Once I get that sorted out, we'll send him off to kick in the Institute's front door. Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something for you. I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
You think I'll need it for my next assignment?
I don't know, but it never hurts to be prepared. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hightail it up to the Pridwin. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here. And thank you, Knight. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
Look, I'm really busy, and I'm not in the mood for talking.
The Commonwealth's a dangerous place.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Am I being accused of something?
That remains to be seen. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Dance is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
Is Quinlan absolutely certain?
Proctor Quinlan validated the information numerous times. I can assure you, his results are accurate. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL, disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Dance are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
I suspect you're saying exactly what I want to hear, Knight. Do you wish to try again?
After everything I've achieved, why would I jeopardize my position here?
You make a fair point. Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Dance and execute him.
Isn't there some other way?
Exactly. You're not willing to let off one innocent man?
Absolutely not. My decision is final. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Dance was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
Attention all personnel. I'm disappointed I need to address this, but unsanctioned social contact with Commonwealth natives is strictly prohibited.
Oh,
Anyone
Knight.
who is engaged in
I
such
was
fraternization
told you
should
were
report to Knight Captain
Sorry
K
about
for
this
immediate
business with
decontamination.
Dance.
That is all.
I don't need apologies. I need to know where he is.
Yes, you're quite right. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
I don't have time to discuss it right now, Halen.
Why? In too much of a rush to pull the trigger? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen! You're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
I'll take anything that gets me closer to finding Dance.
Yes, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
Yet another bit of news from the world put a smile on your face. I know it did for me. Keep it tuned here, folks, to Diamond
Scribe
City
Halen?
Radio.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
May have had a gambling problem, but we all win because of it. Here he is.
I know this isn't protocol, but please, say something.
That's a risky question, Halen.
I know it is, but I need you to listen to me for a minute. I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Dance.
That's a bold statement.
It's more than just a statement. It's a plea. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
What we have to do is not follow orders given to us by a lunatic.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
Hold up, Knight. Let me make one thing clear. As a member of the Brotherhood, you serve under my command. If you want my respect, you will have to earn it. When I give you a mission, I expect results. Is that clear?
Perfectly.
Good. I'm aware of your search for the missing recon team. I want that resolved. Do you have anything to report?
I've completed my investigation into the missing recon team. Paladin Brandis was the only survivor.
Brandis? What happened to him?
Can he come back to the Brotherhood?
Perhaps. We would have to place him under medical observation. Might be months or years before he's cleared for duty again. If he ever is. But his survival experience and knowledge of the Commonwealth would still be a tremendous asset to us.
He's alive and well, but he wants to be left alone.
He's given up. I expected better from him. What a waste.
How will the Brotherhood remember them?
They faced their mission with courage. They fought with honor against overwhelming odds. They lived and died together, as brothers. That is what it means to be a member of the Brotherhood of Steel.
That's all.
I'll prepare a full report for the Elder. In the meantime, allow me to offer you a new suit of armor. Bear it with distinction. This was no easy mission, Knight. Well done. Now, I have a more pressing matter that requires your attention. I've received reports that supplies have been disappearing from our supply depot at the airport. I suspect this may be an inside job.
If so, that's a serious security risk.
That's what worries me. If there is a traitor, our entire operation here could be in jeopardy. I want you to take charge of this investigation. Report to Knight Sergeant Gavel at the base. He commands our logistics division. He can familiarize you with his unit and the depot. Beyond that, you have leave to conduct your investigation as you see fit. Report your findings directly to me. Is that clear?
Is there anything else I should know?
Gavel will fill you in on the details. But from my perspective, the strangest thing is what was stolen. Rations. Only rations. I don't know what to make of it, but it is curious.
Yes, sir.
I expect results. See that I get them. Dismissed.
Trying to minimize reactor jitter, adjusting compression rate.
Vertibird docking systems and fusion coolant feed systems reporting green.
Well, if anyone could figure out a good use for it.
System deltas at 100%. Secondary deltas standing by.
We're getting a 3% Z tilt. Adjusting.
Thanks to Bob Crosby for that one.
Glad to see you returned safely from the Institute, brother.
I'd gladly
Folks,
lay down
I'd
my
like
life
to
if
take
it
a
keeps
moment for
humanity
something a
from
little
repeating
more
the apocalypse.
Gavel.
Let me guess. Captain Kells sent you?
As I'm sure you know all too well, I haven't
That's right.
always
Let's
been
take this
the
somewhere
best
more
job.
private. Follow me.
I've been pretty terrible. Thanks to
We've
the
converted
efforts
this
of my
section of the
friends,
terminal into our primary supply
I've
depot.
decided to change how I
Everything the
live
Brotherhood
and
needs to operate
how I live
passes
my
through
life.
here. Supplies from the Pridwin,
I'd like to
salvage
take
from the
this
field, we handle it all.
Thank the
Access
Vault
is
Dwellers
strictly
for letting me
limited
in.
to the logistics detail,
I believe
and we
you.
track every crate, every bullet, every bolt that comes through that door.
All right, folks. That's enough sentiment from me.
Which is why I don't
Get
take
it on
kindly
back
to these accusations. I know every soldier in this
There's one for
unit.
the ladies.
The thought that anyone would
Mighty
question
man.
their loyalty makes me sick. If you've got questions, ask. Otherwise, stay out of our way.
Where should I begin my investigation?
You shouldn't. This is a waste of time. I've already spoken with my men. They haven't seen anything. Tegan's scribes just fouled up the books again. If you insist on questioning someone, go bother Lucia or Clark. I can spare them.
Lucia and Clark?
Knight Lucia and Initiate Clark. They were just posted to this detail a few weeks ago. They're still learning their way around, but I'll have them in shape soon enough. If you have to badger someone with your questions, it might as well be them.
Tell me about the missing supplies.
We're down over 20 crates, if you believe the scribes. All food. Dried meat, Instamash, mac and cheese. It doesn't make sense. I could see someone stealing weapons or tech, but our thief goes to all this trouble for a lifetime supply of cram?
Tell me about the logistics division.
I've been in charge of this unit for almost 10 years now. We're a small group. We stick together. And we keep the Brotherhood running.
That's all for now, Sergeant.
Take my advice. Poke around a little. Then tell the captain to let it go. It's not worth your time or mine.
You're here about the thefts, right? Look, I already told Sergeant Gavel everything I know.
You already spoke with Gavel?
He questioned the entire unit. None of us saw anything. Look, I want to get to the bottom of this as much as anyone. What do you want to know?
What's the security situation here like?
We're in the middle of a hardened military base, under constant guard. Nothing's getting in or out of here without us knowing about it.
You really think the base is that secure?
I do. I mean, I've heard about the Institute's relay. But even if they could get in, they'd never make it back out.
Tell me about the missing supplies.
I really don't know anything. I've heard the rumors, same as everyone else. But that's all.
What rumors have you heard?
Well, they say raiders with stealth boys hit the terminal every night. That supplies disappear faster than we can bring them in. It's a lot of garbage. I usually work the night shift. Believe me, the only thing you risk dying of is boredom.
Tell me about the logistics unit.
There are what, 10 of us now? Something like that. Our division reports to Proctor Teagan, up on the Pridwin. Sergeant Gavel handles day-to-day operations. He's run logistics for years. Other than the sergeant, there's Lucia, me, the scribes, and a few other knights who aren't fit for field duty.
Lucia?
Excuse me. Knight Lucia. We joined the Brotherhood together. She'll probably get assigned to a patrol team soon. Me? I'll still be stuck here.
That's all, Initiate.
Knight?
If Dance ran away, he must be guilty. We better find him before he reveals our secrets to the Institute.
Copper wire. Could you tell me where... Oh, I'm sorry, I don't think we've met. Knight Lucia, Logistics. What can I do for you, Knight?
Do you have time for some questions?
Oh. You must be here about the missing supplies. I'm not sure I can be of much help, but, what do you want to know?
What's the security like around here?
It's tight. At least 2 knights and a scribe on duty at all times. And we've got the entire base right here. We don't have much to worry about.
Is there any way to get past all that security?
Well, you'd have to be in logistics. We're the only ones authorized to bring supplies in or out. Then what? Well, there's no way you'd get a full crate of supplies off base. With all the patrols, someone would notice. But why steal anything in the first place? The Brotherhood provides everything we need. No one here has any connection to the Commonwealth. I don't know. None of this makes any sense.
Do you know anything about the missing supplies?
Not really. I've heard it's mostly food and, vacuum tubes? No, sorry, they just lost those.
You lost some vacuum tubes? How often are supplies lost around here?
Someone had just filed them in the wrong place, apparently. Clark found them the next day. The little things do happen, but it never amounts to much. The sergeant may complain, but Proctor Teagan and his scribes are very thorough. 1 or 2 crates, maybe, but not this many.
What's it like working in logistics?
It's not a bad post. Sergeant Gavel is tough, but I've learned a lot from working here. I guess some people take to it and some don't. Like Clark.
What about Clark?
We joined the Brotherhood around the same time, about 2 years ago. We always seemed to end up together. New recruits and all.
That's all for now.
Let me know if you need anything else. Now, where was I?
No luck? I told you it was a waste of time. Listen, I questioned every soldier in this unit. I didn't find anything. You're not going to find anything. If you insist on going through with this, stop bothering my men and go look for some real evidence. Hell, you've got the captain's backing. You could search every damn berth on the Pridwin, and no one would raise a finger to stop you. Now, is there anything else you need from me?
That's all.
What you got for me? So, you found a minute for me yet?
Sure thing.
Just what you said about Nat. I've been going over it again and again in my head, and what you said was right. Family's too precious. What kind of life is she gonna have if I never go near her again? It's just... Sometimes it feels like the only things I've got in life are Nat and the paper. Having someone I can count on, someone like you, it's meant a lot to me. Not a lot of people want to hang around with the nosy reporter.
Do people actively avoid you?
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't exactly start the paper to make friends. I just wanted to right the things I thought were wrong. And when Nat and I first got to Diamond City, there was a lot of wrong. Crooked guards, lousy infrastructure. There was a hole in the exterior wall that was patched over with a bookcase. One bookcase. That's it. I started the paper more as an act of desperation than anything else. Turned out I wasn't the only one who wanted things to change. After the first couple of editions, people may not have agreed with what I said, but everyone was listening.
It sounds like things got better.
For the city? Yeah. For me, when that first edition hit the stands, I felt like I'd finally done something worth doing. But afterwards, things changed. People didn't want to talk the way they used to. Seemed that overnight I'd gone from being Piper, friend and confidant, to Piper, the nosy snoop. A lot of folks, they haven't treated me the same since. It started to feel like the only person I could count on was my little sis.
You can count on me, Piper.
I know I can. You're not afraid of me like everyone else. I was sure that the paper would be the best thing I ever did in my life, but being here with you now I don't know. I've needed someone like you in my life for a long time, Blue. I just never expected I'd actually get them. So thank you for being the friend I can count on.
Thanks, Piper. That means a lot to me.
You're welcome. I just wish there was more I could do to show it, other than watching your back. Now, come on. Let's hit the road.
How can a machine...
Attention!
Have you ever
Ferrum
fired a
Squad,
minigun?
report to debriefing.
Choose
Ferrum Squad to the debriefing.
That was Bing Crosby, folks. Just when you thought you'd heard everything, folks. There are tales being told about a very strange-looking machine being built out there in the Commonwealth. Your friend Travis here has yet to learn what this thing is for, but I can tell you, imaginations are running wild. Wackiest version I've heard so far is that this thing is supposed to somehow contact the Institute. Now, I don't think I believe that, but if it's true, and whoever's building it can hear me, put down the wrench, friend. It'll only end badly. Anyone else out there knows what that thing does, you come see your old friend Travis Lonely Miles. I'll keep you up to date, as always. Next up is Big Maybell, bringing the house down with a whole lot of shaking going on.
Can't wait to see him smash the Institute.
Knight?
You've been covering for Clark. Why?
What? What are you talking about?
I read your journal, Lucia. I want to know what's going on here.
You what? All right. Clark and I joined the Brotherhood around the same time. He's been my closest friend for years, but since the battle, I feel like I'm losing him.
The battle?
Battle for the airport. It was our first real combat mission. It was something to see. The Pridwin coming in under full vertibird escort, guns blazing. We were one of the first teams to hit the ground. Dozens of ferals. We opened fire and cut them down, and hunted the ones that tried to run. It was everything I had hoped for. But Clark, he hasn't been the same since. It's like he's just given up. Since then, I've noticed him slipping off by himself, once or twice a day. I never thought much of it, but do you think you could follow him? See what he's doing? His shift should be over in a few minutes. Maybe it's nothing, but I'm worried about him.
I still can't believe Dance was really a synth.
All right.
Goddamn
That's it for
traitor.
today.
Can you believe synths are replacing humans with exact duplicates? Makes me sick.
I need to get back to work. Excuse me.
Look, I'm off duty. Leave me alone. Hey, what are you doing out here?
I'm just out for a walk, Initiate.
Don't sneak up behind me like that. This place is bad enough. I'm gonna head back in a few minutes. Don't wait up. Shit!
Clark.
I'm not on duty. Leave me alone.
Well, if anyone could figure out a good use for it.
Going down. Facilities.
Hope you enjoyed that one. Warren Smith with Uranium Rock.
This place gives me the
No
willies.
use, not without a card.
Folks out there listening to Diamond City Radio have always enjoyed the radio plays, right? The ones about the dreaded Silver Shroud. We've had them in rotation for a while now, and they're a fun little adventure. Only now it seems...
Back down.
That's right, folks. The Commonwealth now has its very own superhero in the form of the Silver Shroud. Someone dressing up like him. Guess is as good as mine. Probably better, in fact. Good neighbor resident Kent Connolly swears that he was actually rescued by this Tommy gun-toting hero. So I guess if you're out there and thinking about breaking the law, you might want to consider steering clear of Good Neighbor. Or else the Shroud might come after you. Up next, Frankie Carl and Marjorie Hughes share their hope for one more tomorrow.
Hey.
You say the word.
Have to find the card. Don't have the card. That's it.
Blue, we're not alone. What's that for? Hey.
For that trip on Rocket 69. It's a two-seater. Time for yet another slice of news from the Commonwealth, folks. Are you familiar with the old sailing ship stranded on top of a building downtown? Reports from the area suggest it'd be a good idea to avoid the ship at all costs. Now, believe it or not, you'll have to shift your gaze much, much higher. You heard it here.
Nice.
The ship somehow managed to become airborne and lodged itself in a different building downtown. How? Why? I suggest you just roll with it, folks. It's crazy, but it's true. Keep it tuned to Diamond City Radio for all the latest news.
For your safety,
How weird.
please do not tamper with Protectron stewards.
With a song about an upstanding gentleman named Butcher Pete.
What was that? Where'd they go? I see you! Damn. Lost them. You got a line on them?
Not lean against doors.
Come on. Give it a try. There, that's it. Not bad, is it? Easy now. Hang on. I'll get you some more. Huh? Who's there? Come out. I know you're there. You.